Not sure if I should have this as orange, purple, green, red, green. No. Orange. Yeah. Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm your grim grinning host Blake, and if you can't see it already, I'm wearing my Howling Horror Nights hoodie because it is now officially speculation map season. Horror Night Nightmares, the X or Twitter account, whatever you want to call it, they posted a speculation map, and they actually posted it on the 29th of March. So I'm a little late to the game, but I saw it and I was like, I want to make a video on this because you guys know I love Halloween. That's a given. You guys seem to also really like Halloween because some of my most popular videos were whenever I was building my own Halloween set, which if you haven't watched that, you know, here they are. Go watch them. They're pretty awesome. They're pretty dope. I built my own haunted house in a garage with my best friend Cam, which, speaking of, I got, you know what? Hold on. Let me go bring it to you. Cam got me this Daredevil big comic book Funko Pop thing for my birthday. Thought it was pretty cool, pretty sweet. Daredevil Born Again. Great show. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's on Disney Plus. But yeah, he got me that, and yeah, we did a haunted house together. So also I got little Boo sitting here with me because of course Halloween Horror Nights, we're gonna talk about it. He's got to be here for it. So I've got the speculation map up on the screen now, and if you guys don't know what a speculation map is, maybe you're new to Halloween Horror Nights or just casual fans. A speculation map is basically a map. It just kind of shows you what the possibilities of a house could be. You know, there's symbols of where the houses are, and the symbols are there to hint as to what the houses could be. But we'll get to that in a second, because the first thing I kind of want to talk about is my thoughts on maybe who an icon could be this year. Now again, if you don't know what an icon is, an icon at Halloween Horror Nights is basically the host. You know, the character that hosts the event. You see him or her whenever you walk into the park. For example, we've had some famous ones like Jack the Clown. Most recently, 2 years ago, we had Dr. Oddfellow, one of my favorites. And last year we had Sinister and Surreal. This year, I saw a couple of Reddit posts whenever I was doing research as to what this Halloween Horror Nights season could look like. I saw that a lot of people were seeing stickers inside of the All Hallows Eve boutique that was HR Blood and Guts. It was like a sticker advertising his channel, his TV channel. Now, if you guys don't know who HR Blood and Guts is, here's a little bit of lore dump for you guys right here. Back in 2011, Lady Luck was the icon for Halloween Horror Nights 21, and fans weren't that interested in her character, but they did take notice of HR Blood and Guts, the main character of one of the houses that year. Blood and Guts, also known as Larry Kurtzenberg, as that's his real name. He was an intense method actor, and he hosted a television channel that is dedicated to horror movies, similar to characters like Elvira and Vampira, I believe that's who it was. He was something similar to that, and he hosted it. He used to be a taxidermist, and then he got offered to do this, so he became HR Blood and Guts. You know, in between movies, he would say some jokes, he would do some stuff, and then he would basically be the segue into each movie. But his little segments got more intense. He got his method acting. He would not like to be called Larry Kurtzenberg. He had to be called HR Blood and Guts. And his segments just got increasingly more violent, and it was causing the ratings to drop. So their producer, John Reynolds, canceled it. He canceled the show. Kurtzenberg did not like that. So what he did was he kidnapped Reynolds and held the crew hostage to air one last episode. In that episode, he lamented about how he was sad that the show was being canceled. He didn't like it, and he blamed Reynolds for canceling it and the reason why it failed. So he tortured him live on air for everybody to see. And that was pretty much the premise for the house, because Blood and Guts was not an icon. He was just the main character of a house. You would walk through and you would see snippets of him torturing him, like, you know, as you go through you'd see him. But it was also, like I said, his show was the segues into each movie. So you would go through different movies because they would play movies for holidays, like such as Christmas, St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, even Arbor Day. So I would not put it past them to maybe make him an official icon, especially this year if we're seeing all these stickers pop up around All Hallows Eve Boutique. I could be wrong. I'm not sure where these stickers are. I haven't seen them for myself. I've seen a picture of a sticker, and I don't know how long they've been there. So they could have been there for years, and I just didn't see them. People just didn't see them, or maybe they did, and I just got my information false. Honestly, I think it'd be cool to have HR Blend Guts. Although I didn't get to see them, I started my Halloween Horror Nights journey in Halloween Horror Nights 30. That was my first year, so I'm pretty late in the HHN game, but I do enjoy it a lot, and I do like to dive deep into the lore, especially the past. So right before I did this video, whenever I was doing all the research and writing out the script or the basic outline of what this video is going to be, I wanted to make sure I knew exactly who HR Blend Guts is. So I watched a video to see who he was. That's where I got a lot of my information. So I will link that video in the bio. Description, not bio. This is an Instagram. And also here's the name of the channel if you guys want to go see it. But one of the big reasons why I think HR Blend Guts, or just somebody who hasn't been an icon before, is because usually Universal will save previous icons for anniversary events. Because a lot of people have been saying that Jack the Clown is rumored to be the icon for this year. The last time I saw him was the first year that I went, which was, like I said, Halloween Horror Nights 30. That is an anniversary year. They usually bring him back every 5 years, I've heard, so I doubt that they'll have him here, but for some reason, which I feel like it is a lot of every year, everybody's like, oh, Jack the Clown's coming back. I don't think so. I'm going to be completely honest with you, I don't think he is. I just hope that somebody can top Dr. Oddfellow, because Sinister and Surreal did not do it for me. But let's move on to talk about the speculation map itself. Specifically, first, I want to talk about the IP houses, or what could be the IP houses. For those of you who might not know what IP is, it stands for intellectual property. We'll say, about 10 houses every year for Halloween Horror Nights on average, give or take some. And some houses will be original houses that they just come up with a story and put it as a house. And some of them are intellectual properties, such as famous stuff like we've had Halloween, like, you know, Michael Myers. We've had Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We've had Blumhouse, like, you know, Megan, and I don't think we've had a Megan house, but we've seen Megan in the parks. We've had a Black Phone, Freaky, you know, stuff like that. Stuff that is already popular media that, you know, they license. That's what intellectual property is. So firstly, on this speculation map, we will see this ghost that's inside of a magnifying glass. A lot of people, including myself, believe that this house could be Scream. The evidence that at least I have for this house is it's a ghost inside of a magnifying glass, and I know that these things are not the same thing, but the company, or the production studio that produced the last two Scream movies, you know, the ones with Jenna Ortega, they're called Spyglass. So I know a magnifying glass is not a spyglass. Maybe I'm reaching here, but spyglass with a ghost inside of it, that to me, Scream. But if you want to dive a little bit deeper, make it a little bit more complicated, every Scream movie is pretty much a whodunit. Yeah, you have Ghostface, but it's who's behind the mask. That's kind of like the overall mystery for every Scream movie. And maybe that's what the magnifying glass is kind of suggesting. Because think about, like, when you think of the whodunit board game, Clue, you think of the magnifying glass. You know, whenever you think of a whodunit, you think of Sherlock Holmes. Use the magnifying glass. So, magnifying glass with a ghost in it, it could be Scream. Then again, the speculation map doesn't tell you whether or not a house is an intellectual property house. It only tells you the symbol and where it is. And this one looks like it's going to be in Soundstage 25. I'm hoping that I'm right. I'm hoping we get a Scream house. I think that would be awesome. Ghostface is one of my favorite slashers, just behind Michael Myers. It switches all the time, to be honest. So I'm really hoping we get a Scream house. I think that'd be dope. And if we don't get the latest two movies, honestly, if we got an original very first Scream as a house, that would be amazing. I can imagine the set right now. It'd just be phenomenal. This next one is a stretch, but the robot, I've seen a lot of people think it's going to be cyborgs. I tried to do some research on that, so if what I'm about to say is wrong, hopefully somebody in the comments might be able to tell me that I'm wrong and tell me what it actually is. But I've seen a lot of people say cyborgs. I haven't been able to see anything about that. Like, I don't know if that's an intellectual property or not. I haven't seen anything called cyborgs maybe I'm, ignorant to something. Uh, I searched up Zyborg, nothing came up. So if somebody's saying Zyborgs, I don't know where they're getting their information from. Maybe it's an original house. I don't know where they're getting their information from. But I have seen it. This one is a stretch, but I think it might have a little bit of validity to it. I'm not sure. But I've seen some people say that this could be a hint toward Atomic Monster. Now, Atomic Monster is the production studio that was founded by James Wan, who we know for stuff like the Conjuring universe and stuff like that. The Conjuring universe includes the Conjuring movies, Annabelle, The Nun, and other movies like kind of in that little Ed and Lorraine Warren era of movies. But Atomic Monster and Blumhouse actually merged to become one, and we have had a compilation house for Blumhouse. We had the Black Phone and Freaky as a house during Howling Horror Nights 31. Now, the Atomic Monster logo looks very similar to this robot in the speculation map, so I'm thinking if this is true and this is an Atomic Monster house, it will be maybe a compilation of movies set in the Conjuring universe and have characters like Annabelle and the Nun, because we've already had a Blumhouse house. So I feel like if we're going to do something with Atomic Monster, it's going to be like the Conjuring universe. And maybe it's not even going to be an Atomic Monster universe. Maybe it's just the Conjuring. Who knows? And they're just using the production studio. So maybe it's something like that. I mean, outside of this symbol, outside of, just the speculation map in general, I've seen a lot of people want and theorize that there could be a Conjuring house. So maybe this is it. Other than that, I'm not too sure what this could be. Now, this next symbol, the camera, is, if it is true, a movie that has gained popularity and has a sequel in the works, and that's Five Nights at Freddy's. I know a lot of people have been wanting a Five Nights at Freddy's house. I've heard it a lot these past couple years, and this symbol right here, the security camera, is a crucial symbol for both the game and the movie. And I've seen a lot of rumors on this being a house this year, and frankly, it's one of those rumors that I feel like has the most ground, especially with this logo, this symbol. I'm honestly surprised we didn't have a Five Nights at Freddy's house last year, and now with the second movie coming out, whenever it is, I believe it's a great time for this house. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like there's not a lot of proof aside from this symbol leading this to be true, but I feel like if one is true, this is the one that's gonna be true. The trash bag. This rumored house, if true, would be the main reason I go to Howling Horror Nights this year. And it's a stretch, but hear me out. Who uses trash bags in their horror movies? It's one that's been pushing its way into the mainstream horror movie scene. And that's Art the Clown. Honestly, I know it's a stretch. Trash bags, Art the Clown. I'm sure, there's trash bags in a lot of horror movies, but every time that I've thought about Art the Clown, like whenever me and Cam were building our, Halloween garage haunt, whatever you want to call it, it would be the late at night, streets quiet, we're just sitting there, the wind's blowing, it's kind of creepy, kind of eerie, and there's one singular lamppost out in his cul-de-sac. And we would make jokes because, Terrifier 3 had just come out, and we were like, wow, this is kind of creepy. Like, imagine if just out in the darkness, like, just beyond the edge of the lamppost light, you just heard a little, like kind of, like a clown horn, and you just see Art the Clown carrying a trash bag. We said that specifically. So it's like, although it's a stretch, I would love to see a Terrifier house. And I think that a lot of people would also love to see a Terrifier house. I think we would see Stranger Things level lines for this, because Stranger Things always brings a lot of people. Maybe I'm exaggerating there. Maybe I'm overestimating the amount of people that like Terrifier. But if anything's going to tear down this house, it would be how graphic it is. And maybe it is too much for Universal. We've seen some graphic stuff, so I'm not sure. I'm really hoping that we get this, though. So fingers crossed for that one. I have seen an insane amount of rumors and theories about the thumbs up symbol, about what house it could be. and a lot of them have been pointing in the direction of a Fallout Halloween Horror Nights house. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate here because I don't know how true this is. It's one of those that I'm like, but let's just say it is true. Is this house going to be toward the game, or is it going to be set for the show? I know the show did well. The Fallout games are pretty popular. So if it is a house, I can see them going either way, especially because we got the Last of Us game house, I don't know. But yeah, the logo for Fallout does have, the thumbs up, but that's pretty much the only thing this house has going for it. Even though I did just say the only thing that Terrifier house has is the trash bag. I also just don't see how Fallout could be scary. I mean, yeah, it's got some creepy things like the ghouls and stuff. And although I'm not a big Fallout, I've played Fallout 3, I played Fallout 4, and I played Fallout New Vegas, but a while ago. I'm not fully enthralled in the lore, so maybe I'm missing some scary stuff, but I just don't see how it could be Halloween Horror Nights level scary. But we did get a house for the weekend, so, and yeah, I just don't know how this house could be scary. But like I said, could be wrong. Maybe it will be a popular house. I tend to see a lot of houses that I think are going to be popular tend to be very popular. Those were houses that I feel could be the intellectual properties. Now, that's not saying they are. That's not saying these symbols are the intellectual properties. That's just saying what I feel just based off of looking, just based off of reading comments on that, Twitter post, and just looking at Reddit threads and just what people are saying about, rumors about this house. That's just what I feel. But I do want to talk about two houses in particular, two symbols that I feel could be sequels to previous original houses. Now, this first one I want to talk about, a lot of people had their eye caught on this one. It's something that kind of clicked immediately when I saw it. It was one of the first things that I saw when I saw this one. And the first thing I see whenever I see the bloody film strip symbol is Slaughter Cinema. Now, if they did it, it will be the second year in a row that they've done it. And it would be our third Slaughter Cinema house. I like Slaughter Cinema, and if you guys didn't see my video on Halloween Horror Nights houses, either one, I explained it. Slaughter Cinema is basically a compilation of original house ideas, and they kind of test which section of the house people like more, so that they can turn that into a full-blown house next year. I would hope that if they're doing a Slaughter Cinema, if they did it last year, they would make one of those houses into a bigger house. And I would hope that if they're gonna do Slaughter Cinema 3 this year, they would do the same thing. I liked it. I think it's a cool concept for a house. And I think it gives them a lot of room to play. And, I love it when companies do crowd feedback, and I feel like it's a good way to do it. So if they do, I won't be upset. I would just hope that we get something this year from Slaughter Cinema 2 last year. The next one is a huge stretch. I feel like I'm the only person that's thought about it. I might have seen one comment, but maybe I'm making that up in my head. And that is the sail. When I saw the sail, I immediately thought of Dead Man's Pier from Halloween Horror Nights 31. I thought the house was extremely immersive. It was great. You walk out onto the pier and you see the big ship. It felt like it was nighttime. Like it gave me the same feeling that going through the little canal village in Pirates of the Caribbean ride makes you feel like you're outside. So especially with the AC, I don't know. It's just that house was super immersive, and it was easily one of the best houses of that year, if not one of the best houses I've ever experienced in my years of going to Halloween Horror Nights. I think that this theory is a stretch. Like I said, I feel like I might be one of the only people that are thinking about it. And honestly, I hope it is. Because much like my opinion on Back to the Future remakes, I hope they leave it alone. Because I thought the house was great. And honestly, I feel like if you do it again, there's potential you could ruin it. And if you ruin the second one, it kind of leaves a bad taste for the first one. So I feel like if you're going to pick it up, do it way later. Because even though Halloween Horror Nights 31 was years ago, it just feels too soon. So I hope they don't do it. I hope that I'm completely wrong about this one. But if they did do it, I would still be excited. I don't know, conflicting feelings there, because it is one of my favorite houses, especially out of the original lineup. That's all I got for this video and what I think about the speculation map, I kind of covered pretty much all of them except for 3. I see one that's a pirate, eye patch with chains, a book and some snowflakes, and like one that says like it's got like devil horns, angel wings, size in a city. That's a lot in its own of a symbol. If we get an original Pirate's house, that's cool. I love Pirates of the Caribbean, the ride, the movies. I think they're awesome. I like the idea of pirates. I've always thought they've always kind of fascinated me. So that'd be cool to get like an original pirate house. No idea what the book with snowflakes could be. Not at all. Christmas theme house, maybe. I have no clue. I've only seen one comment about the city with the cross and the size and stuff, which I've seen for some reason. Somebody said Final Destination. Not sure where they got it out of that, but if you guys understand it, then maybe you guys can theorize about it. But I hope you guys are excited for Howling Horror Nights just like I am. I'm pumped, and it cannot come sooner. And me and Caroline are also thinking about getting annual passes to Universal. So it is possible that sometime soon we will be getting more Universal vlogs. So that's pretty cool. I'm sorry, we're at that part of the video where I don't know what to say, so I kind of just spew. Let me take a sip real quick. Yeah, that's all I have for this video. Hope you guys like this one. If you guys did and you guys like my content, I haven't really been posting too much on TikTok, but I do plan on doing it more. I'm actually going to film a couple right after this. So if you guys want to see more content, maybe in a shorter format, go watch my TikToks. Go follow me on TikTok at Your Grim Grinning Host. Make sure to also like this video if you guys did. If you guys like Howling Horror Nights, let me know. I want to know what your guys' favorite Howling Horror Nights house is ever from any of the years. Drop the name and the year and the number. And if I haven't seen it, I will definitely go look it up, Or if you want to tell me your favorite icon, I think my favorite icon might be either Jack the Clown or Dr. Oddfellow. I really liked his Dr. Oddfellow's every scare zone was a different story from his past. Also, I don't know if I said it, but go ahead and subscribe. If you guys want to see more of me, subscribe. There's also, when you subscribe, there's a little bell. If you click it, it'll let you guys know whenever I post so that you will never miss a video. While you're at it, there is a button over there. It's kind of like a little arrow, and it says share. If you guys click it, you guys can share this video to somebody that you guys think would like my content. Whether you guys know somebody on Facebook, which you can click that button to send it to Facebook, or Snapchat, or Instagram, or you could just share it to somebody that you know, like in your messages. I would truly appreciate it. So yeah, if you guys want to share that, and share it to somebody who you know really likes Howling Horror Nights, or share it to somebody who you know recently went to Howling Horror Nights last year. I don't know. That's kind of like a broad one. A little bit more broad than I usually do it with these types of things. Anyways, I'm done yapping your ear off and nerding out about a bunch of nerdy things. So thank you guys for watching the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you.